Hi, everybody. This is Karen Willock from Treehouse Recovery. I'm the director of the family program. We are going to take a look today. How do I know I'm a codependent? What does that even mean? What are the symptoms? So we're going to use a tool that is used in addiction and diagnosing addiction. It's out of the DSM-5. And we're going to compare our symptoms with the addict's symptoms. So you all get a pen and paper, and any of these that you have to some degree, remember it's you, so it'll be your symptom, just put a little notch and keep track, and let's see how many you have at the end. And so the first symptom of addiction is using larger amounts or for longer periods than were intended. So that would be with the substance abuser, drinking more and more often than they intended. But what about us? You've made decisions. I'm not giving him any more money, and you do it anyway. I'm not taking groceries. I'm not picking them up. All of the I'm nots going tos, those are the ones that are in this category. Unsuccessful attempts to cut down. I've said I won't do it again, but here I am doing it again. Holy smoke, that should be a book for us. I don't know how many times, and this is, we know, trying to set a boundary when you're angry doesn't work. I'm never doing this again. Don't call me, I'm done. And 10 minutes later, we're on the phone. Excessive time spent getting it, using it, and recovering from it. How often have you taken time off of work? How often have you been so worn out you couldn't go with another family member to do something? Doing any of your own things were done because you're doing things for them. Abandoning yourself to take care of them. Failure to fulfill major obligations. I think parents, especially of adult children who are addicts, have gone into debt. I've known many, many, many parents who continue to work to take care of their children. Not doing my own things because I'm doing things for them, missing my own activities, my duties, answering my work emails. Kind of how this one shows up is you have a split attention span. You're talking to people and you're hearing them, but here you're obsessed with what's going on with that other person. So you're not really present for either, actually. Cravings and an intense desire to use. You can't stop wishing, worrying, wanting, wondering. You feel compelled to text. So that wishing, worrying, waiting, and wondering. I don't know how many times I'd be going about my day just fine, and I would have one thought, and that thought was, I wonder. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder if they're okay. And feeling compelled to text them with what I call phishing, where you're saying, hey, hope everything's going well. I hope you're okay. How are you? Checking their Facebook to see if they've been on, checking their phone, because of course we pay for all the phones, because it lets us know they're okay. Social and interpersonal problems, conflicts with other family members. Family members start lying to each other by omission, giving money or doing this but not telling the other person. Missing your own self-care opportunities. Lying about what's really going on to the need to know people. We don't need to spew our lives to everybody, but there are our need to know people. Activities and jobs are reduced or given up. Compromising your work, hobbies, and your own self-care. Physical and psychological problems, lack of sleep, depression, anxiety, overeating, undereating, spending, gambling, reading, binge watching, anything to escape this tornado that's inside of you. Tolerance. As we go along, we start putting up with more stuff than we ever did. So first it's this, then it's 10 times bigger. Withdrawal. Not being connected them at some level creates anxiety and stress for you. So if I'm not hearing from them, when I don't get a text, I'm as anxious as when I do. And that's withdrawal. And people experience that when their folks go into treatment. All of a sudden it's like, okay, my whole life has been this focus. What now? Who am I without them? Severity, legal problems, financial problems, your credit score tanks, you end relationships, grandparents raising children's children, wrecked cars, lawsuits, attorneys. So if you marked 0 to 1, you have no diagnosis of codependency. If you marked 2 to 3, you have a mild severity. If you marked 4 to 5, you have moderate severity. If you marked 6 or more, you have severe. The reason this is important is we don't treat something we don't think we have. And so if I don't know what my symptoms are, I don't even know where to begin. So sometimes we know one symptom, and maybe out of a 24-hour period, you set aside 2 hours where you shut your phone off and you just take care of you. Maybe you actually pay attention to the people in your life that aren't in addiction. Maybe you stop giving them money and spend some money on getting yourself some help. Those are just a few little clues of things that you could do to start working on just one of those symptoms. So I appreciate meeting with all of you today. I'd encourage you to put comments in about what you discovered. Also, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be giving you ideas about how to help yourself, because we're going to do a series of different videos about codependency and how to approach it, and most importantly, how to recover. So if any of this has spoken to you, Treehouse Recovery is more than willing to be helpful. We have a family program that's available to people with their loved ones or in treatment or not. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.